Hello and welcome to another Blender tutorial. Today I'm going to be talking about a feature that not many people know about, and that is dupliverts. Dupliverts are a really good and fun feature because they allow you to build up things in a more repetitive way. They work a little bit like an array modifier, but they're much more malleable. Okay, so I'm just gonna start screencasting keys there. So today we're actually going to use the default cube, which is not something we do often, and I'm just going to bring it up to the level of the ground plane. And I'm just going to add in a circle with maybe 16 vertices. And I'm just going to scale it out. I scale it out quite a bit. Then I'm going to parent the cube to the object, then the object, and I'm going to go into the object tools data, and I'm going to hit duplication vert. What that's going to do is it's just going to create a cube for every one of the vertices, in the circle. So if we add more vertices, we get more cubes. Okay, there's another really good function here, which is rotation, which will align each of the cubes relative to where it is to the front face to the center. It's just taking that, rotating it to the front, rotating it to the front, rotating it to the front. Another option is if we tab into, make sure we're in edit mode there and go to top view and extrude and scale that out some. As opposed to having the duplication on the verts, we can have it just on the faces. Now, there are some scaling issues with that, but if we scale up our main cube, we can see that the duplicated cubes scale with it. So I'm just going to set it back to verts. Get back to verts and get rid of this ring of vertices here. Okay, so what's this useful for? So we've got these duplicated here. So say we want to make a ring of columns. We could take this, move it down some, scale it in, and add some ring cuts. Scale those in. And I'm just going to go ahead and enable the loop tools modifier, or the loop tools add-on rather. And send that to a circle. And go into front view. Make an extrusion up. Add some loop cuts there. Take on proportional editing. And make some kind of scaling there. And once we tab out, we can see that this is repeated for all of what we have. Okay, so say we don't want to be working with a circle anymore. We want to switch to a square. That's fine. We can get rid of those vertices and add in plane. Scale it up. Now, sometimes when you're working with dupliverts, you will get weirdness happen. Now, this weirdness generally happens just because it happens. I haven't managed to find any logic to it. Though I'm sure there is some. But I haven't managed to find out exactly how yet things affect each other. So there must be a reason. There's a reason for everything with Blender. You just have to know. But when it does, it's usually just a case of rotating things around and rejigging them until they kind of work properly. A good thing with dupliverts is, say we have a kind of column structure-y thing like this. What we get is if we take that and duplicate it, the linkings won't be active anymore. So dupliverts won't be on this new object that I just duplicated. So if we want to scale it down, then extrude it out, take off proportional editing, and scale that out. A lot of the time when we're working with dupliverts, especially when we're doing more archaeological things, or sorry, more archaeological was not the word I meant to say there. If we're doing more architectural things, a lot of the time, like here, we can get the basis of an edge flow, or say a structure or something else, pretty quickly just from working with what we're given. Take that edge loop down there and extrude it some. We can, if we wanted, duplicate that and split it off and fill it up. And now for this, I'm just going to make a ring cut. I'm just going to take my knife tool and hit Control. To make a center vert there, or center edge there, and I'm going to do some cleanup here, just by taking the unneeded interior vertices here and then merging them together at last. merge last. Merge those at last. Add another loop cut around the center. Then just move those up slightly. And F to fill. Fill. Make a face there, make a face there. I mean, this is another really great thing about Blender is the best ways of getting something modeled are normally the most intuitive. So just with this, I can just really quickly this tutorial isn't practiced in any way. So this is just straight off the top of my head. I can go ahead and start making really rough structural changes to a model. Take this face here and then hit I to inset. Extrude that in. And again on this side, I to inset. And extrude that in. Okay. So if I go over into perspective mode, we can see that if I go over to rendered and hit on ambient occlusion, I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but I'm sure that's happening for a reason. Maybe I need to make duplicates real. Okay, now that what that's going to do is that's going to take the result of our Okay, make duplicates real. Okay, this has gone ahead and it's made a new object for all the objects we had before. Oh no, it's slightly different behavior this time. It has made everything in the same object. So I'm just gonna I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Okay. Okay, so that's having kind of strange effect now. Okay, so we can just go in here and delete ones that we don't want once we've... I think what it's done is, for some reason, it's made all the duplicates linked, which was what was throwing me there for a little while. But I now have understood what's happened, what Blender has put before me. Let me see if this is rendering again. No. Maybe I need to add materials to things. Find this material to everything. And have a... What if I move this over to another layer? Is it rendering then? Well, this is a test build I'm running, so this could be a bug, but okay with dupliverts, yours should render fine. It's an interesting way of looking at rendering, building up certain things. It's fun. You should use it. Don't be intimidated if it bugs out the first time you use it, because it is kind of temperamental, but it's good. Anyway, goodbye.